Welcome to my channel, where there are interesting and equally sensational stories. Listen to today's story. My 26 male, fiancé, 26 female, pressure me into sex with a married woman, 45 female, because she previously had sex with her and her husband. 47 a male and says I had a better deal because I did it with the wife only. It's done for me. I will ask later. Pardon my language in advance as I am venting too. In June of this year, my fiancé cheated on me with a married couple, 4 to 5 female and 47 male. In around August, she started telling me how there's this man who would like to see me have sex with his wife. Initially, I didn't want to. I know what this was, but it always felt weird. But my fiancé basically started pleading me by saying how the wife finds me hot and that she would love to have me and more and how she wants it too. After a long talk, I finally agreed under condition that even though I am having sex with another woman, I will not be okay with her having sex with another man. Hence, she shouldn't ask me. I was an a-hole and a fool. Absolutely screwed everything. I wasted 5 years of my life for this aholery. I am now in early September, I had sex with the wife one weekend. The husband was in the house that day. The sex was good, but everything was weird later, so I left soon. I was talking with the wife through text. And since my fiancé and the wife requested more, I had sex with her 4 more times. 2 weeks ago, she told me the real reason about this. She had a threesome sex with them and was feeling guilty. Hence wanted me to have sex with the wife as a way to feel good. When I said, how that makes her or me feel good, she said I got even while the husband not being there. I did it with the wife only while he had to do it with his wife present and that he orgasmed inside his wife and not her. While I did it inside the wife, I orgasm inside another woman. So in a way, I had a better deal. What freaking logic is this? As if that filthy F can touch me with his fingertips and not get his nose broken. I am taking a hotel alone to think all of it. The husband and wife tried to reach out to me a few days earlier. I told them to piss off. The degenerate slut wife and her a degenerate slut husband can go F themselves. When I said I was thinking, I'm not thinking of the relationship. I haven't told this to her yet, but it's over. She is calling me like 30 times every day. She can go F herself. I'm thinking more about what to do after I get out of this aholery. The first 2 to 3 days were heartbreaking, but I'm a bit good now. When I'm feeling good, I am fantasizing about a beautiful 30s, 40s woman that I saw on the tel a few days earlier. Other times, I just want to break something. I didn't do that because I don't want to pay stupid money and also that would only make me look more stupid. When I think about things being over, I think they got over when she started asking me to have sex with another woman. Despite inside, I was asking myself why because her reasons were just out of my mind. I should have ended it there. I don't know. I am going back to her in 2 days. I don't want to speak with her in any way. I'm just planning to send her a text first so that I am done. And then later in 2 days, I will go get my things out. This place is hers, but I was taking care of the rent. It's for 2 months more. So I will put the rent in cash for her and then leave. I don't know how exactly to do it other than this. So is this good? Should I even give the money? I'm doing it just to get away soon. What would you do here? And any other suggestions? Edit. For those asking, our finances are separate, so no shared accounts, etc. She had a few important details about me. Instagram password are the same for a few emails. I have changed them after one comment or told me to. Edit 2. For those asking why I went to her 4 more times to the wife, this was because she wanted me to, and my ex-fiancé found it hot. The wife and I were talking through texts. Ex-fiancé was there in the group too, and she would ask about me and the ex-fiancé would do most of the talking. At random times, she would like to know what her baby was doing. My ex-fiancé would take a pic of me and post it. She asked if I would like to have sex, and my ex-fiancé would tell me to go because she found it sexy. First comment coming from Fragrance Spray. You don't owe her money. Just leave. She's your fiancé. This is as good as she was ever going to be, and she still couldn't be loyal or honest. Sparkles027 says, "Personally, I get your stuff out first when she's not there, then text her it's over." Happy Smarties thought goes like this. Just leave. Good that you are a married jet. She only let you F the wife because she wanted to feel good, not you. Moving on. Too much weird stuff in just 1 year. This first event occurred in February. She was in her apartment according to her, just with a friend of hers, a female. As we're in a long-distance relationship, she told me maybe that night we couldn't call because this girl had drunk a lot and begun throwing up all over the floor and everywhere. She told me she wanted her friend to go to sleep at her own flat, but as she felt that bad, she decided to let her sleep at hers. Well, at 3 o'clock in the morning of what that message arrived in my phone saying that a guy with whom this girl had had sexual relationship before. I knew this story because my girlfriend told me before. Was in the drinking party as well, and she felt how he started touching her knees and all that. In the following morning, I called her and she proceeded to explain to me what had happened. I contacted with the police to help her, even though I wasn't in the country, and this process finished a month ago. With this guy, a classmate of both my girlfriend and this girl, confessing that he touched her, but he wasn't charged of anything in the end. After a while, she touched on the issue and got on laughing that he touched her butt. I don't know if this is common or normal. I supported her, of course, but I was a bit hurt by her not saying to me anything at all about this guy before that happened. When she called me the next day, she alleged that she didn't warn me because I'd be mad. Actually, she confessed that she wasn't even close to this guy. That he was just a classmate and he invited her because he was a friend of her girlfriend. Something I didn't know, and I found out while reading some documents about this process, she showed me, was that the two girls were in panties, half naked in the same bed with the guy in the middle of the bed, and that they were talking about music just before my girlfriend fell asleep. I didn't know about this because my girlfriend told me that the guy and her were busy taking care of the girl who was vomiting. And that's the reason why the guy stayed in too. I also saw something in the lines of a threesome in there, but I didn't really get to read that part. For sure, I'm not putting the blame on my girlfriend. I sympathize with her for having suffered this, but I can't stop thinking from time to time if this happened before without me discovering it at all. Or I would have known about this fact if the touching hadn't taken place. In the beginning of this year, she started meeting weekly with a guy to do language exchange, but later, when I saw, she told me some stuff that I didn't consider as really normal for me. We sorted it out and I forgot it. Last time together, October, I stayed in her apartment while she was out there taking classes. As I needed a paper sheet, I took one from the place where she explained to me I could find them. And suddenly, upon trying to collect some sheets, a notebook fell over. Open. That notebook was her diary, and it was opened in a page where it read something along the lines. As me, is far away from me. He can't take care of me all the time, but when this language exchange guy will have gone to X-land, I'll be all alone in the city. And more notes basically in these lines. I can't afford to be sad because Jack and David worry about me, and I really care for them. And, yes, I know it was horrible of me to read it, but that left me thinking. Visit of June. She had kept a box of 8 condoms in her apartment of our last meeting in her place. In a video call 3 weeks before, she told me when she left the apartment for her country in summer, she decided to hide the box because a girlfriend of hers was staying in during 1 month. Okay. So when she was back again one night via video call, she found out there was some condoms missing and said, 2 weeks later after this happened, she confirmed that there were the 8 of them entirely there. So I go to see her, and when we're about to do the deed, I opened the box at that time. Not a box, but a small bag. And there's just 5 of them inside. She blurted out that she didn't know anything, that it was super weird. I told her that then, surely her friend must have taken some, and she denied it. She just confined herself to reiterating that the whole thing was tremendously weird because if her friend had taken some, she would have warned her in advance. I noticed she's getting clinger and clinger these last 3 months. I love her, but of course, I don't want to be fooled or just used to fulfill any emotional emptiness. In our last meeting, 2 weeks ago, I had fun, but I realized it wasn't as in the beginning as before. When we were at the airport, I didn't even shed any tears. I didn't know if all this precedence have begun to establish in my head, and now this whole thing is getting my eyes open. But I care for her a lot. I'm lost. Another weird thing I've been noticing of her is that at first, she always told me she barely has any real friends and whatnot, but now that we talk about it and she brings someone up, she always reverses that person as a friend, even though she just knows them from university. Worst of all is my family has invited her to come in and stay here at Christmas, but I think in general for the sake of my mental health, it'd be better to call it quits ASAP. Of course, my parents don't know of anything of this. To them, this girl is all nice. They just have good words for her. First comment come from Tyler Johnson, 1219. I went through a similar situation. I just kept pushing the weird feelings and red flags aside, saying she would never do that to me. The many weird things kept adding up, even though she lived with me, and I later found evidence she had cheated throughout. Follow your gut is my advice, and sounds like you already know the right choice. Love Harley 73 has the final word. Oh, come on, dude. Really? You don't blame her. You feel sorry for her. Are you kidding? Grow up. At least she was in bed with another man in just her panties and she lied about it. She's cheating, accept the fact.